All right, so I just watched the trailer for Ironheart, and gotta be honest, not bad. The show, I don't know if I'll be reviewing the show. I have review. Well, then again, I have been reviewing Daredevil and Agatha, the last two Marvel shows, on my Patreon. So if you want to check those out, just hit the link in the description below. Hit the first tier. That'll allow you to do so. Yes, a shameless plug is shameless. I also love the fact that Marvel wanted to throw this out here the same day as the Superman trailer. It was almost like they wanted... I know, like, it just reminds me of classic Marvel DC competition. So, yeah. And it's also interesting to note that this is supposed to come out next month. Or, I think, is it later this year? No. Yeah, it's next month, early next month, excuse me. So yeah, so it is kind of cool because I literally forgot this was going to be a show. Not to say that Riri, the character, is bad. It's just the fact that, like, it felt like they, even like Marvel, didn't want you to remember this show. It really does feel like they were just like, we don't care. And I even thought this project was canceled for a while. So to see it, it's kind of interesting. Now, I wouldn't say Riri Williams' Ironheart isn't a character I think is bad, but I'm not a fan of either. I mean, when she first showed up in comics, it was written by Brian Michael Bendis, and it was really bad because this was late stage Bendis. This wasn't like the Bendis, the Brian Michael Bendis who made Miles Morales and made a legacy character and knew how to write that character. This was late stage, I'm out of my element Bendis. I feel like when Riri first appeared, he really was trying to recapture what he had with Miles, and failed the mark miserably. To be fair, his entire Iron Man run is kind of garbage, as is most of his everything else leading up to Civil War II, which I think is the magnum opus of suck with him. Anyway, but I will say, like some Bendis characters, like some other Brian Michael Bendis characters, Riri got better under other writers and people who understood what kind of character this was. So, thankfully, you know, we've had Riri's kind of had a bit of a rebound as a character, so she's better. I wouldn't say like I'm like actively looking for Ironheart comics, but like whenever she shows up, it's like, oh, okay, you're there. Hi. Anyway, so let's talk about the trailer. So, I gotta be honest, the Iron Man suit, I thought they wouldn't shell out the money, or I don't know if like the VX team just got more time, but the Iron Man suit, both practical, or the Ironheart suit, excuse me, the Ironheart suit, both practical and CGI, actually looked pretty solid for a TV show. Yes, I know Disney likes to throw out money, but like at the same time, there's actually like some nice sheen to it. I don't know how to better explain it, but I do like that. You know, it doesn't feel cheap. You know what I mean? Like, none of this feels cheap. It doesn't feel like it's like they just threw it under the bus, like I thought this whole show was going to be. And also, I have this sneaking suspicion that since Sinners did so well, they really push Ryan Coogler as a producer. Not to say they wouldn't already, but they put his name out there a lot, and he's just producer. So, I imagine, you know, if Sinners didn't get, I guarantee you, if Sinners didn't do well, they would have just said, from the producer of Black Panther and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. They wouldn't, like, put out the name Ryan Coogler. So, yeah. I also like the fact that, like, we're getting the Hood. I've always enjoyed the Hood as a villain. And I know, at first, I'm going to be honest, I felt like there was a part of me that was like, maybe we should have saved the Hood for like a Ghost Rider or other supernatural character, because he is a supernatural being at his core. But then I thought, I was like, nah, this kind of works, because the Hood is basically a every villain. He's kind of like an every hero villain, kind of like Absorbing Man, where he doesn't really have a set enemy. He doesn't have like, he's not like X-Hero's arch nemesis or part of their rogues gallery. The Hood is kind of just everyone's villain. He's just kind of there. And also I find it funny that we're having a Brian Michael Bendis character fight another Bendis character. Yeah, the Hood is a Bendis character. Yeah, he is a Bendis character. Almost, I thought he was a Jason Aaron. I was like, no, that's not right. So yeah, it's Bendis character versus Bendis character, and Bendis won't be a part of this. God, I hope not. Anyway, so like I said, it makes a lot of sense, and also I'm very interested to see where we're going with this, because we're going with that Riri is working for the Hood, and she doesn't know a lot about him. And at first I was like, oh no, they're not going to make the Hood supernatural. And then you clearly see like there's some supernatural stuff. And there's been some rumors. I can't confirm it because this is the internet. Nothing, not everything on the internet is true. There's been a lot of talk of Sacha Baron Cohen playing Mephisto. And that's where I'm kind of like, if Mephisto, again, is in here, don't destroy him. Save him for, like, something else, like Midnight Suns or Ghost Rider, or, that's, like, Mephisto can be in here, obviously, because Mephisto has always been tied to the Hood, and I just save him for something else. Like, he can be the Thanos of the Marvel TV shows, okay? You've got, like, Doctor Doom taking on the Avengers and whatnot, and Feige apparently doesn't want to... He sounds bored now. Like, Kevin Feige doesn't want to, quote-unquote, do homework watching these Marvel TV shows, even though they're all supposed to be connected. So maybe what you could do now is just have the Marvel TV shows still be loosely connected to the movies, and you could have Mephisto be the big villain for the TV shows. Do, like, make, like, a new version of the Defenders, or something of that nature. I don't know. But, yeah, I also find it weird that, like, Riri's supposed to be as smart as, like, one of the smartest Marvel characters out there, and, like, she's just going with this guy who's clearly not good. Going with Parker Robbins, the Hood. But, like, at the same time, maybe the trailer doesn't convey that, because I imagine there's probably going to be a scene where, like, Riri's going to be like, yeah, I know he's not good, but what other choice do I have? And I'm going to keep a close eye on him. Again, the trailer didn't convey that. But, yeah, looks solid enough. I wasn't expecting a lot of things for Ironheart, because I was of the thought of Marvel wasn't going to put much thought into it, wasn't going to give this much of a chance, and also that they were just going to shit can it. But no, actually looks like there was some time and effort put in here. So I'm kind of interested to see where this goes, and also to see this and hopefully build up to Armor Wars. Whether that be a movie or TV show or like a Marvel Disney Plus show, I don't know. Is Armor Wars still going to be a thing? I've heard multiple things. Like, now there's nothing. So I would like to see that, because that's probably the one Iron Man story everyone genuinely likes. And it would be nice to see more of War Machine after how bad you done him dirty in Secret Invasion. Anyway. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the trailer for Ironheart? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.